piano. Incredible.
Thank you. Goodbye, Adele. Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye. It's Jerome Mullan with me now, the Honorary Polish Consul in Northern Ireland. And beside you, a great man, Pope John Paul the Second.
Yes.
And he will be canonized saint in the Catholic Church on the 27th of April.
Correct.
You're very proud of this man, as is the entire Polish community.
Indeed, absolutely. I
Yes.
mean, he has been a very significant figure, obviously, in the history of Poland itself, not to mention the history of the Church.
Yeah, we screened a couple of mini documentaries on him this morning. His life was certainly eventful, losing his mother at a young age, and then having to study for the priesthood in secrecy in order to get there. So he was challenged from the very beginning. His faith was tested in a big way.
Absolutely, but of course there was a very deep faith there.
Yes.
Actually, among in himself, of course, and in his family, and in the Polish community at large, which was, of course.
Is that Father coming now? Is that Father Kristov? No, it's not Father Kristov. Please bring him in. We'll have him in. Jerome, if you make room for Father, we'll get him on board here now. And this is live television, you see, and that's the way we like to do things. And Father Kristov is joining us presently. But there was a great family tradition of Catholicism, and of course it's still within a lot of the Polish community is there.
Oh, of course, and I mean during, of course, the long history of Poland and the difficulties that it went through, and the fact that it was under communism for 50 years or more,
Yeah.
it never dented the fate of the people of Poland.
And there's a
that's what's
famous man of
significant.
Poland coming to us now. Come and join us, Kristov, if you would, Father Kristov, and maybe we'll make room for him. Would you pass me the Pope's portrait, and we'll put that here
Absolutely.
for now, and you give a little room for Father.
I'll move
This
up
is the
here.
joy. These are the joys of live television. Father Kristov, you're so welcome. Come and sit down. We've got you wired up, Andrew.
Hello.
Good to see you. You're welcome.
Good morning.
How are
Good morning,
Hey, welcome again. Good to see you. I never shook your hand either.
Yes, indeed.
Hey, but it's all very celebratory here this
Yeah.
morning, because we're indeed looking at the canonization to come on the 27th of your countryman.
That's right. That's
Karol
a great day
Wojtyła.
for Poland and for whole world, also I think for
yes,
Ireland.
yes,
Absolutely.
yes. The only thing is he's been gazumped by Francis the Good, maybe, because the new Pope, he was our hero. John Paul II
Of
was the
course.
greatest Pope ever in the whole history of
That's
Popes.
right, that's right,
And
that's
now
my-
John Paul, and now Francis comes along, and well, they're running equal neck and neck, I'd say.
But I think it is very good competition, you know, and I like it.
A competition.
But I
for
think the
that.
important thing to say, of course, is that Pope John Paul holds a record as far as this country is concerned, because he was the first Pope to ever visit Ireland.
Indeed he was.
Indeed. Now maybe Pope Francis will indeed come
he
here
will.
in due course, and it was wonderful to see last week the invitation that was extended to him
Yeah.
by Belfast City Council, and please God he will in fact actually come here.
I'm going to ask you to sit back a bit, if you would, Kristov, and then we'll see the front of you, not the back of your head. Andrew, we must reposition this camera today, because we're just getting the back of that holy man's head, and we don't want to do that. We want to see you in your full religiosity sitting there greeting us.
Thank you very much.
So listen, it's important to say this. You guys, the Honorary Consul of the Republic of Poland, the Irish-Polish community as well, invite you to celebrate the canonization of Pope John Paul II at a special charity dinner in the Canal Court Hotel on Sunday the 4th of May at 6 p.m. Patron His Lordship Bishop John McAreevy, guest speaker Baroness Nola O'Loan. All proceeds donated to the St. Vincent de Paul Society. Isn't that wonderful?
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yes.
proceeds for this are going to the St. Vincent de Paul Society.
Yes, and to a distress fund for the honorary the honorary consul.
Oh,
of
yeah,
Poland.
but
Yes, yeah.
well,
And
speak one,
indeed,
you speak the
and I
other.
think in fact actually I think that is a very important message that the Polish community are sending out in this money going to St. Vincent de Paul, because they have been a wonderful support of the Polish community ever since they came here, helping them in many ways in the times of need and distress, and they're saying thank you.
Well, I think maybe the way that they will, that the thank you will continue, and you can do something about this, Kristov, is to get them joining the St. Vincent de Paul Society. Maybe they've done so already.
Well, I think so. I think so. That there are also some Polish people who'd like to join there and help
maybe
somehow.
wouldn't it be great? Because
That's
it is
wonderful.
in giving that we receive very often, and it's
That's right.
that great motto of These,
Yeah.
caritas et amor ubi Deus. Ubi caritas et amor Deus ibi est.
That's right.
It is where charity and love are, there is God. And that's what you guys are talking about.
Absolutely.
Which is
and the event that
fantastic.
you've just sort of spoken about there, Rowan, is a very important event to celebrate this great occasion of the canonization of Pope John Paul.
Absolutely.
And I'm delighted that, in fact, actually our Bishop John McAreevy was very supportive and is the patron of the event, and that we were able to get such a significant person such as Baroness Newry
Yes.
to come and be our guest speaker.
But
But I
there's-
thought it was, in fact, actually important that that the Polish community came together with the Irish community.
Sorry, I beg your pardon.
That it was important for the Polish community to come together with the Irish community and to celebrate this extremely important occasion,
Well,
the
you know,
canonization of Pope John Paul.
it's at the heart of what we're about, really. It's that togetherness, that joint effort together, the Polish people and the Irish people together doing the business of being community together.
Absolutely, absolutely, and it is something that the Polish community were very anxious to become part of, and to join on this occasion with the Irish community to celebrate this great event.
Kristov, your Polish community, our Polish community, dare I
thank
say,
you.
which
Thank
is the
you.
better way of saying it.
Thank you.
They are pious, they are religious, they're spiritual people.
Yes, and also they are very hardworking people as well.
course
So
they
it is
are.
like this two wings, ora et labora. Like
Ora et labora, motto of one of our schools in Newry,
Yeah.
Our Lady's School, ora et labora. There they are together.
like Saint Benedict said, work and a prayer as well. So it is like something
you-
like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So and before that wonderful evening will come, before this lunch will start, we will have also morning mass at 10 o'clock in the cathedral, and there will be like Thanksgiving mass
On that morning of the 4th.
on that morning,
Yeah,
4th of
yeah.
May, and there will be bilingual mass for both
Oh,
communities.
yes.
And then that will be also, I think, our way of thanksgiving, towards Irish friends who help us many times
Yeah,
in many
yeah.
ways, as you
But our
said
community,
few seconds ago.
the community you have joined and that we have welcomed you into, it's a hugely strong community because of that togetherness.
Absolutely. I mean, there are so many similarities between the Irish community and the Polish community. I mean, we share a very strong faith in this country. I mean, we've had our problems basically in recent years, but nevertheless, fundamentally, there is a very strong faith in this country, and that is something that we share very strongly with the Polish community that are living here.
Yeah, Karol Wojtyła, forgive my pronunciation.
Very good, very good.
I've done my best.
No,
But he had to struggle for the priesthood. He brought his books to work where he had to make a living, and he studied when his off time at work, and he had to study under the Nazis in secret. He went to Rome for a time to study. He then went to the priesthood. Your passage, although you were through the communist times in Poland, your passage to priesthood would have been an awful lot easier, Kristov.
Of course. I was born, in the, a few years after Karol Wojtyła, so it was different, yeah. But as you said, I can see, of course, many other similarities. Our history are very similar. You have very, powerful neighbor across the Irish Sea. And we've got two even,
How diplomatic you put
between
this.
we live between two big countries, between
yeah.
Russia and Germany, and even present situation in Europe.
Wow.
When we're talking about.
Have you any fears that the Russian bear is
everything-
going to come after you again?
Everything is possible, so I believe it is the worst scenario and never happened. But you never know what is inside.
Putin's head.
That's right.
The head of the Russian bear.
That's right.
gracious.
That's right.
How in Poland at the moment? What's life in Poland like now? Because a lot of your sons and daughters have come out across the world and have settled elsewhere. The Irish have done it too, Jerome.
Indeed.
Are things tough economically there? Are you coming out of the mire?
I think, you know, the economic is a little bit, you know, in some progress in Poland, so it is a good sign. But I think it is also thanks this presence of people here. You know, they support their families, so it means, you know, a big river of support.
Going home.
Going to Poland. So
yeah.
it is something like that.
Yes, on that particular point, actually, I mean, the economy of Poland is, in fact, improving a lot, and in fact, it is predicting a growth rate in this coming year of 2.5%. You know, which is about a 1% increase, and it is much stronger than our current position in terms of growth. The other thing is, actually, interestingly, I'm going to Poland on next Sunday. Next Sunday, with a company from Belfast who want to set up a manufacturing plant in Silesia.
Wow.
They have already expanded their company in Belfast, actually only in the last fortnight, and they have created a further 100 jobs here in Northern Ireland, and now they're going to Poland to create another 100 jobs in a manufacturing plant in, probably it'll be set up around Katowice. And I'm flying with the company chairman and chief executive on next Sunday. So that is
We're building trade links, which is hugely important.
between our two.
Yeah, that's the
economies.
kind of thing you want to see happening.
Of course, it is wonderful. It is great news, and that's something extraordinary.
Wonderful. Tell me what the people of Poland know of, remember, and are proud of in Karol Wojtyła.
Well, I think a lot of things we can be proud of and remember. You know, he was extraordinary man, and you notice in many ways. I recently read someone in internet that there's 100 things he done for first time in the whole history of Christianity. You know, a whole history
Really?
of papacy. Maybe
The papacy,
yeah, maybe that's a better description. 100 things, 100 things.
That
Can
he
you
did
imagine?
differently.
Yeah.
One of them will be probably, you know, skiing. You know,
The skiing,
that's right.
Kayaking
Paul
as well.
was skiing.
Hill walking.
He played football.
Was an actor.
Yes,
He embraced women on the stage.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
And he
He visits synagogue, you know.
synagogue, indeed.
Pray
Indeed.
with our brothers
Indeed.
Jewish.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And
Coming back to our dinner,
Absolutely.
I want to just mention something here, Rowan. You see this beautiful painting that
I do.
in fact actually we have. Well, this painting was presented to Father Mario, one of our Polish priests in Lurgan, when he came here about 3 years ago. Painted by an Irish artist, and this painting was done in 1979. On the occasion when Pope John Paul came to Ireland.
Yes.
And we're going to be auctioning this particular painting
Yes.
on the night of the dinner,
event, yeah.
of the event. So that is taking place, as I say, on the 4th. We
Yeah.
still would have tables to
Well,
sell,
let's-
and it is there on your leaflet.
Oh, wait, but
Rowan.
we'll tell the people again about it,
Yeah.
because we can't. That's the old thing. Tell them
Yes.
you're going to tell them. Tell them you've told it, and tell them again. So
Yes.
we're going to do that again. So we want this place full, because it's £30 the ticket now. Roughly speaking, and much of the 30 will go to Vincent's and to your charity.
Well, it does. All that has to be taken out of that is the cost of the food, which is basically
it's been done very cheaply.
70. I think we're paying 17.50 or
Which, for
something like
goodness
that
sake, then
for the
half
foods.
of that.
So there's no expenses. Basically, everything is
It's straight going in.
Absolutely,
Absolutely, yeah.
So there's no.
So that's a great
Yeah.
opportunity to have a lovely night out, meeting Polish people,
Yeah.
meeting your own neighbours in Ireland here, being there in the presence of Bishop John McAreevy and Baroness Nuala O'Lone, as guests of the Honorary Consul for Poland, Jerome, my friend,
Yeah.
in the Irish-Polish community. And you're invited to this dinner, it's a celebratory dinner, to mark the canonization of Pope John Paul II at in the Canal Court Hotel. The dinner is on Sunday the 4th of May at 6 o'clock in the evening. And all proceeds will be donated to the St. Vincent de Paul Society and to the Honorary Consul Distress Fund, helping local Polish people in need. Now, it's good to book your table, and you can do this through Michael Murphy at the SVDP office on Mill Street in Newry. Now, that's a great office. It's a great place to have the tickets.
That's right. Or alternatively, in the parish centre.
Or in the parish.
In the cathedral.
In the
yeah.
cathedral.
In the cathedral,
So
or,
if people
myself, or
yeah.
anybody else.
Well, you're easy to get the parish
Yes,
place, the
indeed.
parish centre, and into the St. Vincent de Paul. And when you're up at the St. Vincent de Paul place, go upstairs and you have a bowl of soup that they will insist on giving you for nothing, but if you've got money, give them a fiver for your soup or a pound or whatever, and that goes into the St. Vincent de Paul thing. So people can get it so very, very easily, the tickets.
And by the way, we have all our musical entertainment for the evening being organised by very well-known personality, Jerry Doherty.
Oh, Jerry, bless him.
And Jerry is looking after all of that, and we hope to have some very nice music and some nice singing. And indeed, Father Mario, in fact, is bringing his guitar, and he is a very good singer, and he is in fact going to sing some very nice numbers that will be
Perhaps Polish?
Ballads, well,
Also,
nice ballads.
also Polish.
Also
Also
ballads.
Polish. Also
Yeah.
Polish.
You see, you're very wise. You're no longer just you're taking in everything. You're all embracing Polish as well as Irish, because that's where we are. We have a commonality of place and of home, and it's called Europe.
Yeah.
That's us.
Yes.
We're Polish in Europe, we're Irish in Europe, but we are European.
Yes.
Exactly.
And that's the joy of it.
Exactly.
And we
Absolutely.
still keep our own roots,
Oh, yeah.
traditions, and
I don't want my roots to be mingled up with your roots. Every plant in the garden needs
That's
to be
right.
different. I think
right.
it's good.
That's right. That's
Vive la
right.
différence.
That's right. Yes.
and we can enrich ourselves by
Absolutely.
gifts we have.
Yeah.
Yes.
We've got something, you've got something, and together we can
Absolutely.
build something
It's
very
very
beautiful.
true. Vive la différence, at the same time to grow strong together.
That's right.
How strong are we in the moment at my Polish neighbours at the moment in Newry? Numerically, how many have we got?
Hasn't changed very much as far as I can judge. Of course, it's always very difficult to know what the comings and goings of people are. I'm sure you know that, Father Kristov, indeed. But yeah, we reckon that the numbers have not changed very much,
So we're
and we
talking
would
about-
have close enough to 3,000.
wonderful. In
Citizens
our area, in Newry and
our
Mullan.
area.
Yeah.
Because of course an awful lot of the people that came here have families, and
Yeah.
they have come with their families, their wives, children, and so on. So so they've settled.
That's
Yeah.
great. You couldn't get better than that.
Indeed.
I meet them in Newry all the time. In Grounded, for example, there's
Yes.
a nice Polish community of workers there. Good people, lovely people.
Oh, absolutely. And I mean,
Caring
many of our big employers are employing very large numbers. The likes of MGM Marine is a very
yes.
big employer. Norbrook Laboratories, and a number of other very large companies are employers of Polish people.
Well, Jerome, it's a joy to be able to be associated with you and to have you in studio today, and you too, Father Kristov.
Very
Thank
much.
you.
We're in at the beginning of a great new age, the dawning of the age of Aquarius. Here we are, going forward to the future as a people, a united people of Europe, and that's got to be good, I think. There's no doubt about it. I'm going to tell the people again, because we're close to the end of the program, and we'll be saying farewell to folk, but we're going to tell them again. We really, really, really want you to come to this, because it's an event of historic significance. It's iconic in the history of Newry. And it's at the Canal Court Hotel on Sunday the 4th of May. Sunday the 4th of May at 6 o'clock in the evening. And it's a celebration dinner of the canonization of Pope John Paul II, and he will become a saint of the Catholic Church. What will he be called, do we know? Do they change the name? It's just Pope
Saint John Paul.
St. John Paul.
St. John Paul. St. John Paul.
He's no blessed John Paul.
He is,
He has
of
been.
course.
He was. He
Yes.
was beatified.
So he's
some time back.
and that it's a great opportunity, because the money that you will subscribe on the day, it will go towards the profit. You know, the meal will have to be paid for, but once the meal's paid for, the remainder of the £30 will go to the St. Vincent de Paul Society in Newry and to the Honorary Consul's Distress Fund for the Polish community living in need in our area. And, well, not only in our area, it'll be all over Northern
Indeed,
Ireland.
anywhere
Because you're
basically,
the consul
exactly,
for Northern
exactly,
Ireland,
absolutely.
wherever people are
Absolutely.
in need.
Indeed,
And,
absolutely.
and Jerry Doherty on the musical end of things. That'll be fantastic. And Father Mario on the guitar.
Yes.
And Polish music on the night.
Yeah.
Will there be any kind of nod in the direction of Polish cuisine at all? Some little thing that we will be able to say that's Polish?
We haven't, in fact, actually. We've gone with the menu that has been
Wow.
supplied. We've had to keep it modest and
I
within cost.
I
Yeah.
think that's a beautiful combination. Local food and Polish music.
Hey, that's good.
Yes.
You old diplomat. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Tell me, how is your friend who was your predecessor in Newry, the Polish priest?
Father Stan, he's
Stan.
very busy. He's very busy.
He's the chaplain for all of Ireland.
Of course,
Yeah.
very busy in Dublin.
He is.
He's working very hard.
course.
Try to create good community in Dublin and relationship between local communities, which is.
Well, you give him my
extraordinary.
regards when you
I
next
will,
speak with
I
him,
will, thank
and
you.
tell him he's always well. Tell him the only sin he can commit is not to come and visit here in studio. We want the pair of you in here.
Probably we can fix it.
I think
soon.
we can. We
Yeah.
can.
Well, he
indeed.
still comes back here on
he
one
loved
occasion
here.
from time to time.
Stan loved here.
So
He
yeah,
did. He
yes,
did.
but he's doing a very important job now in Dublin.
Of course he is.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Huge job there.
Yeah.
And long may you both, may the three of you continue to do the great things you're doing. And you'll keep right on going until you've done it. And then God will say, thank you very much, you've done it. I'm blowing the whistle, come on home now, come on home. That'll be it. That's what it's about, isn't
Indeed.
it?
Exactly.
Indeed.
That's the beginning, the middle, and the end.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to end the program now, so don't race away. You can say farewell to the people with me, reminding you of the 4th of Sunday, the 4th of May, 6 o'clock in the evening, the Canal Court Hotel in Newry, the great event of celebration of the canonization of John Paul II, Cardinal Wojtyła, from Poland, a great man of the Church, a great man of humanity. And the money that you give to the dinner on that night, the £30, will go to the St. Vincent de Paul Society and to the Jerome's, the Polish consul's emergency fund. And really and truly, it's the thing to be doing. There's nothing else to be doing on the evening of Sunday the 24th, or Sunday the 4th of May. And we want you to be there. We'll see you there. And do please join us. We'll
Thank you
talk
very
about
much
it
indeed.
again closer to the date. We'll talk closer to the date.
Yeah.
We should also, you know what we should be doing? We should be streaming to the world the event that night, or streaming to the world the event of celebration in Mass and within the cathedral. It'd be lovely to do
It
that.
would be lovely to
Damien,
do
you
that
know
if you
Damien.
could. Yeah,
Damien will
indeed.
talk to you about that. That's all good. So listen, thank you for coming in.
Not at all.
And to you good folk out there, we remind you of just take life as gently on yourself as you can. Fulfill your responsibilities when you've done your duty and can do no more, and you feel you're exhausted and you're worried. Just take the advice of my friends across the great river Niger in Africa and lay your head on your hand, as they would tell you, lay your head on your hand and leave the rest to the God you believe in. Take care, go well, see you in the morning. God willing, inshallah. Take care.